The girl made an accidental discovery. The mandrake on the windowsill was a miracle cure for blindness. To help her CEO husband see again, she cut it down without hesitation. Then she rushed to the kitchen to prepare the medicine. But she had no idea that flower was planted by his late wife herself. It was the only memory she left behind. Yet the girl unknowingly turned it into an antidote and applied it to his eyes. Soon the butler rushed in. He reported the flower had been cut. Hearing this, the CEO broke down completely. Just a moment ago he felt touched by her care. The next second he threw a divorce agreement at her. He ordered her to sign it and leave. But when he removed the bandage, his blindness of 7 years was miraculously cured. He quickly grabbed his arranged marriage wife's photo. Only then did he realize the woman he had just kicked out looked exactly like his late wife. It turned out the CEO and his late wife were childhood sweethearts. But after growing up, the girl was diagnosed with cancer. Even so, the devoted CEO never abandoned her. In her final moments, he proposed. She used her last strength to say, after her death, he must find a kind woman to spend life with. Then she closed her eyes forever. The CEO couldn't accept it. He shouted her name in agony. The next second her soul appeared behind him. Seeing him weeping by her bed, she swore silently, if there was a next life, she would stay with him forever. Perhaps heaven showed mercy. The next moment she crossed 7 years ahead. She was reborn into the body of a wealthy daughter. Memories of the original owner flooded her mind. That girl had been framed by her stepmother and stepsister, forced to marry a disabled, blind CEO. Unwilling, she tried to end her life before the wedding. So the girl's soul entered her body instead. But unlike the weak original, she was determined to fight back. When the stepmother tried to strike her again, she grabbed her arm and declared she would never marry. But the stepsister threw out a marriage certificate. She mocked that it was already too late. Opening it, the girl was stunned. Her husband-to-be was the very man she longed for. Overjoyed, she ran to dress up. But in the mirror, she saw the original looked identical to her former self. At that moment, she swore to stay with him forever. She didn't know. Since her death, the CEO stared at their photos daily. He cried until his eyes went blind. For 7 years he never walked out of the grief. But to protect the family business, he was forced to enter a political marriage. He never expected his bride was the reincarnation of his late wife. On the wedding day, the girl put on a gown to meet him, but only his assistant arrived. To him, this marriage was just business. The assistant led her to the CEO's villa. There, the vicious butler wanted to intimidate her. He took her straight into a forbidden room. The moment she entered, she saw the wedding dress she wore 7 years ago. She finally realized, after all this time, he still loved her deeply. She decided to put the gown on again, and give him a surprise. But the butler rushed to tell the CEO. He accused her of intruding into his late wife's room. Enraged, the CEO wanted her thrown out. At that moment she ran forward uncontrollably, calling his name aloud. That familiar voice instantly reminded him of his late wife.